Hello YouTube, PC Basics back at you with another video. Today we're doing an upgrade on this Dell Latitude. This is the Dell Latitude E6330. So, the battery is faulty, doesn't hold a charge. I'm going to be upgrading the SSD that's in it right now because it's only 120 gigabytes and it's really old. I'll be putting in a Western Digital Blue SSD, 500 gigabyte. This computer has 4 gigs of RAM currently. I'm going to put in 8, so it will have 8 total. And what you'll need is a screwdriver set. I think you only need a Phillips head, and it's let me check what size here. Yes. So what you'll need is a Phillips head, and then it's the that one right there. It says PH1. Alright, let's get started. So what you want to do first is flip it over and pull the battery out. You never want to work on a computer if it has power. And what I always do once I unscrew the screws is I put them like right next to the machine in the order they came out, in the place that they went. As you can see, just give me 1 second here. These screws right here are for the hard drive, and they are magnetic, but they are very hard to get out, because even though you can get them unscrewed just fine, they kind of hide in there or get stuck in there, and it's harder to pull them out. Yeah, that's unscrewed all the way. It's just kind of, come on. There it goes. It's coming. Come on. There we go. Okay. So as you can see, this is the hard drive that's in there right now. It is a solid state drive. Lenovo. It's a Lenovo hard drive. So there it is. And can you see everything? Yes, you can. Alright. And these screws right here, which are right next to the docking port for this laptop, they connect to the keyboard. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, that's all the screws. So what you do is take your fingernail, put it under here. This pops right up. Okay, and then as you see, I took the hard drive out, which was right here, which I'm putting it in the wrong way, but it went right here. The RAM, and then obviously the batteries right here. So this is very simple. Anyone can do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the memory. And we're just going to set it on something that isn't something that could electrify it or give it electrostatic discharge, like this, which I only have this here, so nothing will fall, because I don't know if you can see this, but the table has holes in it. So alright, there's that. I did not bring my knife, so I'm just gonna have to peel this. Wow, that didn't rip very easily. There we go. Cool. Okay. And then this should open up right like that. I gotta get this side, obviously. Alright, cool. came out faster than I'd want it to. Okay, so what you do is you put these in at a 45-degree angle, and they sit in there. You gotta line up the gold pins with the, let me just show you, there's a little slot right there. Got paper on my finger, a little slot right there. And you gotta line that up with the slot in the computer. So you just set that in and you push down until you hear the click. And I won't talk so you can hear it on the next one. Just carefully grab this memory out. One thing you want to do when you're doing this, or be cautious of, is to never touch the gold pins, because if you get them dirty they may not work properly. Okay, listen for the click. There it is. So those are 4GB sticks by ATEC, it looks like. DDR3, and these are 1600 megahertz memory. Hi, bro.
Hello.
So I just put the memory in. Now I'm going to do the solid state drive. Sweet, okay, that got it started. Alright. Pull this out. Gives you a little instruction booklet that no one really needs. Remove this little sticker here, put that over there. And then, so what you want to do is, these are the same size hard drive. You want to make sure you get the same one. Has these 4 pins, the original one had these 4 pins right there. Those don't really matter. So what you want to do is, there's this little case it comes in. There's a little screw right there. I don't know if it will focus. There we go. And you just got to put this in where the mounting bracket is on the well, you don't do that. That'd be dumb. But alright guys, so we got the screw. That was kind of dumb that I even dropped the screwdriver. Don't do that. It's probably a good idea. Is to hold on to things more securely than I do, apparently. Okay, that's screwed back in. Now it's got the mounting bracket hooked up. And that just slides right back in here. Make sure it's plugged in. Push on it a little bit. And then that's all that for right now. And then we just got to screw everything back together and get the battery installed. And what I like to do is put this old memory back in this container in case I ever need it. There it is. So you take this plate. There's these little pins at the bottom. Focus. Little pins at the bottom. And you want to slide that in first. Make sure it's all clipped in, which it is. And you just push this down. It is. Okay, it's all clipped in nice. Now, you just got to screw everything back together. I'm going to start with the hard drive so that doesn't fall out. Just because I like to make sure that's in securely first. Yeah, that's in. Okay, this is to screw the keyboard back in. And the reason it's from the back is because obviously you don't want screws plugged right into the keyboard. And this is actually mostly to the motherboard to secure the back to the case, but it also keeps the keyboard connected because it's all pushed right next to each other. It's all linked together like that. That's just for this model though. Not every computer is the same, obviously. Come on. There. Wow. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. And then, oh, whoops, we need the battery, obviously. So you take the battery here. Hey, it gave me an anti-static bag. That's nice. It's good to hold on to those. Just slide that in. Make sure these are... Wow, jeez. Turn this around so I can get the right angle on it, I guess. A little tighter than the last one, but, you know, it's third party, so it doesn't matter. Okay. And then you turn it on and you realize, hey, there's no operating system. Well, to fix that, we're going to install our own. And as you will see, it says, alert, the amount of system memory has changed. You hit F1 to continue. And it says, no bootable device. Strike F1 to retry boot, F2 for setup utility, or F5 to run onboard diagnostic. We're just going to turn it off because we don't want to do that. I'm going to grab my bootable USB and I'll be back. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back with my bootable USB, 128 gigs. Very small looking thing, but it has a lot of storage. So you just plug it into a USB, hit the power button, you wait for it to turn on, which it will take a second, and then you've got to press F12. And then you want to hit boot sequence on this computer. Yep, that seems right. And you want to do exit yes. And what this will do is it will boot from the Windows boot drive I have created, so the USB, and then we can start the setup process to install the operating system. I'm hoping this computer has enough battery, not because I just gave it a new battery. I'm hoping it's charged enough to actually get us through the setup process. I probably should have my charger, but I am outside right now, and it's a little humid. You probably shouldn't be working on computers when it's humid like this, but you should be in an air conditioning room with an anti-static wrist strap and stuff, but there's not a lot of metal on this computer anyway, so you're not really going to have much of a chance to do that. So basically just follow oh yeah, the battery or the product key is underneath the battery, so you're supposed to like take a picture of that and enter it later. I always install Windows 10 Pro unless I'm working on a customer's computer, and then I give them the home edition. And we want to do a custom install. As you can see, there's nothing here. There's not even a hard disk here or a solid state drive. So this could mean that the SSD did not plug in fully, and in which case it's easy to fix. You just unscrew it again and just make sure it's in all the way. This computer has an issue like that where sometimes the drive doesn't want to seat all the way because the little bracket that it's supposed to come in kind of blocks it a little bit, but that's not hard to fix at all. Okay, we're going to hit Control-Delete, which should restart it, and it's not. So we're going to hit Quit, hit X, hit Yes. We're going to start the computer back up and hit F12 to go back into the BIOS. Just keep tapping it repeatedly. It will say preparing one-time boot menu. And then you want to go down to BIOS setup. If you just want to go straight to the BIOS, you can hit F2, at least on a Dell computer. Okay, and we want to do system configuration. drives. Enable boot support, yes. Secure boot is enabled. We want to turn that off for a minute. And we're going to turn on legacy components if I can. That was up here somewhere. Yes. Legacy option ROMs. And then exit and yes. Let's see if that fixes it. If not, I have one more step I can try. And there it is. Yep, just had the do legacy, enable legacy components in the BIOS. And this should install in the UEFI format instead of the BIOS format, which UEFI is way more secure and can keep people from accessing your device who you don't want to, or programs that access your device. UEFI gives you just more security options within Windows and the BIOS. So I'll be back once this is done installing. It shouldn't take very long because it is a brand new SSD compared to this really old one that came out. Let's see if it says what year it came out. Made in Philippines, Toshiba, Lenovo. Does not say when it came out, but if I just do a quick look up of the serial number, it should tell me. But I'm not going to do that because I'm lazy. Hence why I'm sitting here installing Windows. Alright guys, setup is just finishing here. It's going to take a few minutes as Windows always does. Yeah, so far, I'm just going through the setup, everything's working fine. Had to enable the legacy components and hardware just to get the drive to be recognized, but that's no big deal. You might have to do that for yourself as well if you're following along here. Some computers are harder to do this on than others, like to upgrade them, and some you can't upgrade at all. So newer computers really don't allow you to upgrade them, but older ones, if you want to get some life out of them again without spending a ton of money, this is a good way to do it. So I think this whole thing with the battery, the hard drive, and the RAM, I think it was all like 120 bucks or less. So that's way better than buying a new $1,200 computer. Maybe $1,000. I mean, I'd rather be spending $100 than $1,000, and I'm pretty sure most people would agree. Some people are like, why would you even upgrade an old computer? Well, why spend all the money on a new one if you don't have to? And there's my embarrassing wallpaper. Every tech YouTuber has one. So we're just gonna change that real quick. There we go. And then let's check this and quick go to the control panel. Wow, this thing is faster already, I can tell. Okay, and we want to look at the system here. I don't know if you can read it, but it says 8 gigs of RAM, Intel Core i5 3320M, 2.6 gigahertz. And then I need to run Windows Update and everything, but we're at 82% and the battery's at 4 hours, so that's pretty good. And then memory. It says 5 gigs available, so let's make sure. Let's go back to control panel here. Can you be quiet, computer? Thank you. Get out of the way. Oh, jeez, okay, it's just taking a second. Yes, 8 gig. It says all 8 is recognized. And real quick, I'm gonna do a boot up test. See how long it takes. So we're just gonna shut this down. Okay, Caden, do you have your phone by chance?
I do.
Can I borrow the stopwatch?
Yep.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
That's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna turn your brightness up. Alright, and then, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're gonna leave this over here. And then let's click log in because that's gonna slow it down. So 29 seconds. So I stopped it a little late, but that's really good for a really old computer. Running a brand new operating system, or at least the newest operating system that's out from Microsoft, because they're not making a Windows 11 or 9 or anything like that. So yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good day. PC Basics signing off.